Hi, Leo and Jake. How are you?
I'm doing well,
How are
thank
you?
you.
Wonderful. So you're both so brilliant on this show. You both really fully immersed yourselves into embodying Gail and B. So for both of you, we'll go Jake and Leo. Tell me about collaborating with each other and what you liked best about it.
I felt like the so much of the dynamic between B and Gail is built out of a grooming dynamic from when they first met, and then within that is a lot of like status and expectation and unspoken elements. And so, I don't think Leo and I spent much time kind of hammering out like, I think this moment is this, and then this moment is that, and this moment is that. But both had at least for me, I felt like we both had an agreement and an understanding as to what this dynamic was, and then really like uh, reading this script from not in relation to B, but just as the script. Like I thought Gail was like a heartbreaking character, and it's been wonderful to see Leo's performance, which I think is outstanding. So it's awesome to to have that person be your scene partner. It's awesome.
Thank you. First of all, I think Jake in this, I mean, obviously had the harder job, but Jake would go into his characters so beautifully that all I had to do, I mean, was fully allow the scene to be real. And I think that's what made it so heartbreaking is I felt like we had this, he knew, whether it be Jake or as B, knew how to just add a little poke, like just pinch here and a pinch here, and things that wouldn't seem like a big deal until you zoom out.
Yeah. And the script is amazing, of course, but for both of you, tell me about your process and your research into playing these real life people. Start with Jake.
Oh, well, the lead up, there's for me, it was like there's research going into Robert Berchtold and the just facts of his life, and trying to understand that and personalize that in some regard, and then a more general research into manipulation and grooming dynamics and status and pedophilia, and then a general area of just trying to absorb reading Lolita, or just that pedophilia in other narrative form, and how they have found a way into that story, and hoping that becomes some kind of a stew for a foundational thing to go from, and then getting these wonderful scripts from Nick and working with Eliza and a number of other wonderful directors through the rest of the series, that really it becomes so not effortless. Well, it is effortless. It's not easy or simple, but there is like an ease to the work when everyone is on the same page and pulling in the same direction. And it felt to me like that from the beginning, where then as an actor, you just want to fulfill this story. Like then the script becomes really the thing you're going back to. Not trying to go back to something else to say like, but shouldn't we? You're like, this is the story we're telling. And to try to use what you've got to tell that story, and to have this wonderful cast and crew, and it just like can't ask for better circumstances to accomplish that goal, I think.
There was a lot of support. You're getting a lot of support.
And tell me about portraying Gail, Leo.
I think the most difficult part for me was that I didn't have direct contact with the actual Gail.
Mm.
And finding the balance of her humanity, the fact that it wasn't evil doing, or she wasn't maybe trying to be manipulative. This is my take on it, of course. And so every choice I made was through how much I love my family. And when you frame it like that, for me, I think that's how I reached Gail best, is everything is almost kind of like life or death, hold it together. Things. And of course, you know, the creative team was able to give us wonderful tools. I had a tape recording that she left, and some letters. But yeah, love, empathy was how I found my relationship with Brother B and Gail.
Well, thank you both so much for the art that you bring into the world. I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time. Have a lovely day.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Jake and
much.
Lio.